dumbest gang of scallywags, the pirates who don't do anything.
This kind of piracy. What it is, what it is, what it is, you do you know what it is. It's your boy the Moose. Moose Squad. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Check in 1 2. Check 1 2. Okay, finally this motherfucker wanna work. Finally, okay. So let's get into this topic. Hey man, what to do? Welcome back to the channel, folks. Hey man, let me get into this topic. This topic's kind of out there, but it was asked. Now I shot the video. I shot this video earlier and it didn't go through. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot it real quick and hopefully it goes through and then it records, which is look like it's recording. So let's go ahead and get into the topic. The topic today, and it needs to be discussed. What about piracy? No, not this kind of piracy.
Dumbest gang of scallywags, the pirates who don't do anything.
This kind of piracy. Y'all get the point, right? So, you know, it gavels my mind that people can actually think about this kind of crap and actually come up with the idea that just because you're a DJ, you can get away with doing it. So I'm going to read you everything because I think everything fits this topic quite well today. And it's funny because it says, okay, is there a way? Now, I'm not bashing this person at all. I'm not bashing this person at all. But what he asked is this. He said, is there a way to record a mix of virtual DJ? I need to mix 4 songs together, but virtual DJ won't record it because it's copyright. Okay, so he says, my songs are legit downloaded from a DJ pool. So is there a way to connect my phone in my Pioneer and record the audio of my live mix? And this is what people said. Do you have an outboard CD burner that you can use to record the mix on a CD and reload it to your computer? That way you shouldn't. That way, should something bad happen, you still have a hard copy backup. And then somebody said, wow, old school. Sometimes that is the best. Wish I knew more to help you. Right? Is there if there are legit downloads from a DJ pool, then they should record. Are you seeing a message saying something about copyright, or are you recording options not properly set? Okay, that's what somebody else said. Anything stream that you have, no chance without going for external software or hardware. But yes, Virtual DJ does a damn good job at recording clean. You should be able to record to click on the master tab where mixers. Okay, I'm going to share this. Streaming pools are not ownership. Doesn't matter if they let you download to a temporary cache folder and DRM protected, is DRM protected. If you can't afford to buy the music to record your music, then you may have bigger issues than you think about first. You guys are going, everyone who just gave advice on how to steal the pirate. I like this guy right here. Tracks here has just opened themselves up to charges. Only takes one person to drop it in, and it's never too clever. Spend $8 and buy the 4 songs. Sounds like you're renting your music, and you haven't bought it. You need to buy your music to record your mix. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there. I can keep on going, but I want to show you all that your intellectual DJ has it all broke down for you, and I want to show you. Golly, hold on. Sometimes I'm more intellectual than usual, and I don't get a chance to get over here to hide the quadrants and all that other good stuff. Okay, so I got that stuff hidden. I can make myself bigger so you can see me in this cave. Oh, this is beautiful, isn't it? This is an actual cave that exists. It's not AI. This place exists. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but it does exist. Okay, so we're going to ask you, Gail. All right, so here it is right here. I already used, what's the difference between private and public events? I use this as an example. This is the example of everything that I'm going to use. So y'all know that I'm setting the stage for this. I wanted to get this to the typicals because y'all want to know why it's considered pirated or not. The difference between public and private. You need to know those differences because when we get into the pirate part, you'll understand where I'm coming from. It says a public event is open to general public. Anyone can attend by purchasing a ticket or registering. Example, concerts, festivals, sporting events, community gatherings, workshops, and classes. Other advertising as public events are typically advertised through various channels to reach the wide audience. Okay, so now we know what the public event does. What does that have to do with piracy? Just hold on. The restrictive of private events is attendance of limited suspected events of groups, usually by an invitation. Examples of is wedding, corporate events, birthday parties, client appreciation events, and VIP gatherings. Private events are often more intimate settings, fostering the exclusive. Sometimes private events can take place in larger events and VIP lounges. Now, hold on a minute. Now, let's get into the copyright. Y'all will see where I'm coming from when I get to that point. And I'll put this all to play on why I came up with that first. It says, copyright is a legal right granting the creator, giving them exclusive control over how the original work are used, included reproduction, distributed, application specific period. Here is a more detailed explanation of copyright. Okay, copyright protects the original works of authorship, which includes literacy, dramatic, musical, and create other intellectual works. Examples included. This includes books, articles, music, software, films, paintings, sculptures, and more. Not ideas. Copyright protects the expression of an idea and not the idea itself. Fixed the tangible medium. For a work to be copyrightable, it must be fixed in tangible medium, meaning it must be written down, recorded, or otherwise made concrete. So once it's made tangible, then it can be copyrighted. So if I just blurt out a song that I didn't write down and all that other stuff, it could be then it gives you all the other stuff. Okay, so why would I make that point with piracy? Y'all know what? Let's show you it. What is MUSICPI? What is music piracy? All right, we're gonna get into it. I'm trying to. Okay, so music piracy is an unauthorized copying, distribution, and sale of copyrighted music without the permission of the artist or recording label, continuing a form of copyright infringement. Okay, I'm going to explain this in a minute. Music piracy, also known as copyright infringement, involves illegally reproducing, distributing, or selling copyrighted music without the consent of the copyright holder. Examples: this can be included in downloading unauthorized copies from a file sharing service, illegally copying music from stream ripping software, or selling counterfeit CDs. Okay. Now here's the types of piracy. There's a simple piracy, which is unauthorized duplication of the original recording for commercial gain without consent of the rightful owner. Counterfeits of music copied and packaged and reassembled the original, often with the intent to mislead consumers. The bootleg. I know this guy very well. Anyway, we used to have a bootleg come in our city and sell us actually NWA and Two Live Crew and sell us all kinds of cool stuff. I am not going to mention names because I ain't going to get him in trouble. And if he was, he would probably be dead by now. But anyways, so I've partaked in. You can't catch me for it because you can't no proof. Because they're long gone. But anyways, so bootleg is unauthorized records of live or broadcast performances duplicated and sold without permission. Now let me explain something to you. This is what this term of bootleg is. But back in the day, these guys were actually selling the labeled CDs, the labeled tapes that were actually made by NWA, because people like me were too young to go to the store, so they were bringing the store to us. They were legal copies, but this is not what's considered. That's a different story. So he wasn't really a bootleg, but if you think about it today, that's what you would call him. And then there's internet piracy. Music compressed, posted, and transmitted globally via the internet without payment to those who invested in the creation. Okay, now, so now that we got all that settled, so now that we know that there's a difference between streaming. Okay, so now let me explain this to you. I don't think anybody knows, but I'm going to type it up anyway. Hold on. What is the what is Beatport streaming? Okay. Now I wanted to bring this up because he could have probably got it from here. Okay, so Beatport streaming. Let's actually. I actually had it pulled up earlier. So here's Beatport, and as you can see, you can go here to add streaming. I'm going to put you over here. You can pick on this button. You can add streaming. You can go through here, and you can go and get all your music. You can search for your music here and all that other good stuff. But I wanted to bring this up because this is very important. Okay, there is a difference between this Beatport and this one right here. Hold on. Let it come up. I wanted to do this video for a reason, and I wanted to get in depth with it because this is very important, because there's a totally difference between Beatport, BeatSource, and BPM Supreme and all the other houses. These are totally different places. Now, the difference between this is This is a streaming service, believe it or not. This is a streaming service where you can download the music onto your whatever. I don't know, because I went. Okay, so I'll tell you a little story. I went and transferred a song to BPM Supreme, to Beat Source, and after I got the song transferred over, I realized that's when I realized that actually I wasn't transferring music itself. I was just transferring music words. So this is totally different. Let me show you. I'm going to bring this up because this is totally different from all of this that I was just discussing. Okay, y'all see me do this one all the time. I got to bring it up because it's very important. I don't know why it's taking so long to pull up, but I should have had all this up, right? So anyway, so this is totally different from anything that you can think of, because you're not transferring music, you're actually transferring text. That's all this does. This doesn't transfer music at all. There's stuff that's always missing. And when it's missing, it's because you can't transfer one song over to another, because you're not transferring songs. You're transferring songs that are in a list, and it comes text-wise, and you're sending text back and forth. So that's all you're sending. You're not sending music. Because when you send it to your computer, it's totally different from the other one. And I had made a video a long time ago. Check it out up there. That's actually me transferring with Spotify, and I'll never do it. Because, yeah, they say, oh, well, you pay the money for it. But it's bull honky dory, man. Don't do it. Don't fall into that trap. Because basically what you're doing is you're pirating music, and you're basically setting yourself up for trouble. So, my friend, I want to tell you simply. One more thing. I will say this, though. And I'll take you right to it. I forgot. Let me show you. I'm surprised I don't have one on here. Hold on. Now, there is a way that you could actually record your music and load it up online. And that's called Mixcloud. I wanted to bring this up. Mixcloud. All right? So if you want to get your music and make a mix, you can actually load it here. And it's going to show you mine. It'll pull up. It'll take a second for everything to click in. Anyways. So basically it allow you to, I don't know why it's acting up, but anyways, so you can go to Mixcloud and you can actually make a mix, and you could post Mixcloud in there, and you could use Mixcloud. And my advice to you is simply this. Just because you pay for your music doesn't mean you own the music. It means you're borrowing the music. So when somebody says you're streaming the music, you're borrowing the music, when you pay for the music, you're still borrowing the music. They're allowing you to use the music they sell to you. Yeah, they sold to you the copy of that, but you bought the copy. That's all you bought. You didn't buy the rights to that copy. You just bought a copy of that song. So when you buy music off of Apple, off of Spotify, you pay for it. You're streaming it, but you buy it. You're buying the music. You're not buying the music off Spotify. I want to tell you that. You're renting the music off of Apple. You're renting the music off of Spotify. You're renting the music off everything that you do. I don't have one saying. This ain't one, but I'm making a point. Even if I went, let's say this was a tape, even if I went and bought the tape, I just bought the tape. I didn't buy the music on the tape. I bought the CD. That's all I bought. If I buy the CD, I'm not buying the music. I'm buying the CD. The music is on that CD, yes. But just because I bought this tape, if this was a tape, just because I bought the tape doesn't mean I own the tape. Well, I own the tape, but I don't own the music on the tape. I hope that helps. So that's what piracy is. Piracy means that you're taking something that you do not own. You did not pay for. Well, you might have paid for it, but you don't own it. Just because you paid for it, yeah, you could take it and you go. And that's why I got the private, and that's why I did the private. That's why I wanted to show you the private and public, because that has something to do with it. That all rolls up into one. So, because if you go to a private event, you're going to be able to play the said tape on tape. If you go to a public event, and you're going to have to pay the house to play that music. And I'll give you an example. And I'm actually giving this a prime example, because trust me, it'll make sense if I say it this way. And we're going to use him as a prime example because he's been in the news. I don't care if you like him or what. I'm not talking about the person that you don't like. I'm talking about the person that, to be honest with you, he paid for something and he's using something, and that's it. Every single song that he plays at his events, he has to pay for those songs. He can't just play the music and walk out to it. He doesn't have to have the artist's permission to walk out to it. Even though people are trying to sue him, he paid for the music legally. He paid to use the music to walk out to. Just because somebody's not affiliated with what he believes in, it doesn't matter. If they want to get mad, they can go all day and get mad at him. He paid the money that he had to pay for it. He paid what he owed to the music house. The music houses get the money for what they do. That's why they do it. Now, I don't care about anything else. What everybody else says. What else is said and done. I want you to get that idea in your head that in order to use music, you must pay for the music. If you do not own the music, you can't put it on a mixtape. What is your intentions on putting it on a mixtape? What is your intentions on putting it on a mixtape? The only reason that I would take a song and put it on a mixtape, well, back in the day, I used to do it. But I was 12. And we would do it all the time because, well, we couldn't get a hold of stuff. So, and how we would do it is, and they weren't playing NWA, they weren't playing the Ghetto Boys, they weren't playing, they weren't playing this music on the 2 Live Crew. They weren't playing 2 Live Crew. They weren't playing all the music that we listened to. They didn't play it. Please, man. Please. They play R&B and they'd play the old school funk and all that, but they wouldn't play anything else. Rap didn't hit the stage until MTV blew it out. The king of rock. Look it up. So anyways, I want to get off that subject. I want to stick with that, and I'm going to leave it at that. Piracy, that's why I'm going, I don't care. Piracy is not a way to go with it. Yeah, you could take the music. Now I go to music and I do requests. My requests, they come from Spotify. They do come from Spotify. And I do it right. Because even in the things in Spotify it talks about it. But technically I'm in a private event. I'm not at a public event. So that's how I can get around that. Read up on copyright, because if you don't read up on copyright, you won't know. So that's what I'm going to get at today. Thanks for joining me on this wild and crazy event. But as DJs, we have to know the rights and laws, because we don't want to be getting sued by Metallica. You know they were going to come up in the picture somewhere. Because Lars will sue the shit out of you real quick under your underwear. They don't play. He's a big advocate for that, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. I don't blame him. And there is a big one that went down hardcore because of it. But anyway, with that, and I'm going to say it the right way today. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Ooh, ooh.
Wild and free in the heart of Texas, where he's not supposed to be. If you're down in Austin, around San Antonio, look out for that moose. You might not make it.
Oh man, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and ring that trusty bell for more notifications for videos like this and countless others. Smash that like button. And check out one of these videos right down here. And deuces. Oh man, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and ring that trusty bell for more notifications for videos like this and countless others. Smash that like button. And check out one of these videos right down here. And deuces, baby.